don't like you on my face.
All right. It's Kevin Garcia, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Kid KG. This is Fight Hype. I got my man with enough distance between us. The one and the only Bozy Ennis. Bozy, listen, your son got a big fight this weekend. It's a rematch. I got to ask, is there an expectation on you guys' part that he has an emphatic win, sensational knockout kind of thing?
Well, it's going to be a little different this time. You know what I mean? Like last time when he fought him, we didn't know the guy was going to run. Every round he ran through the fights. So this time it's going to be a different situation. Boots was trying to just go for the knockout instead of doing what he normally do. He thought the guy was coming to fight, but he came to dance. So this time we're going to cut the ring down properly. You know what I mean? What I mean by properly, because he know how to do it anyway, but this time, you know what I mean, we're going to really show people how to cut the ring off. You know what I mean? Instead of following the guy because he was so anxious to knock him out and forgot to start cutting the ring off.
Got you. And you know, like I said, it's a rematch for Boots. He wins this fight, he gets mandatory out the way, and then the world is his oyster. He could do whatever he wants.
Right.
So something I had to ask you earlier, and I just want to ask you again so we get your response clearly. What's most important to you guys? Is it Boots being a star, his legacy, or both?
Well, the legacy, like I said, once you get the legacy, you're already a star. You know what I mean? Like I said before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and so what I was telling you right before, because we had to end the last interview and restart this, what I was saying was, you know, Terrence Crawford is somebody who went that path, right? He didn't try to get in front of the cameras or talk too much. Similar to you guys, I know you'd enjoy doing this, but we appreciate you doing it.
Just like the fight, man. All that talking and running your mouth. And then when you get knocked out, and then what you got to say?
Exactly,
you know
exactly. So with Bud, he had to wait till he got that Spence fight, and he scratched and clawed for the opportunity. He got it. Now he's certifying his position. How do we avoid that for Boots, where he's not out there having guys not wanting to fight him, and he doesn't get that fight to become a star?
Well, way to avoid that, keep on knocking these guys off. They got to answer the door, man. You know what I mean? They can't keep ducking and dodging. You know what I mean? You know? But like I said, once we clean 147, man, we're moving up anyway. So we got to meet them sooner or later.
Who is the dance partner for Boots that elevates him to that superstar status?
Who now? I don't really know who's what weight division.
Either one. So
147, like I said, is the ones that got the belts at 147. That's how we get elevated. You know what I mean? I don't care who it is, the WBO, the WBC, WBA. You know what I mean? That's how we get elevated. You know what I mean? Once we clear that out, then we move up and do the same in the next division. Got you.
Two other questions for you. So I've interviewed these people in the last couple weeks, and they both shared different thoughts about Boots, so I want to get your response to them. Henry Garcia, I interviewed earlier this week on Monday. Henry Garcia, Ryan's father.
Oh, yeah.
After Ryan's fight with Boots, Henry crossed paths with Eddie in the back hallway. Yeah. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Yep. And one of Eddie's retorts to him was, you know, he's yelling, he's shouting at me, but he's not saying Boots' name.
Yeah.
When I interviewed him on Monday, he said Boots' name. He said he'd entertain that fight for Ryan, or that Ryan would want that fight. Do you believe him? Do you think it's possible?
Well, I hope it's the truth. We want that. He can get that in a heartbeat.
Would you rather have a fight with a name like Ryan Garcia, or fight one of those champs like Stanionis or Barrios? What would you prefer?
Well, I think Ryan Garcia is a bigger name, though.
Facts.
He's a bigger name, so I mean, you know, I'd rather fight him. He got the bigger name, you know what I mean, and bigger following. So that's only right.
What kind of issues you think your son will present for Ryan Garcia?
Oh man, that's no problem, man. He's a one-trick pony, man. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter, but he's a one-trick pony, man. You know what I mean? You just don't rely on that left foot. You know what I mean? And that's all. I don't see nothing else. You know what I mean?
Got you. Last question surrounding somebody I interviewed recently. I had the Russell brothers on for my special, No Holds Barred. I asked Antoine, about his history with Boots, and he spoke about it.
Yeah.
And the one thing he said was he sees the same flaws present in Boots when he was able to win as an amateur. But listen, response.
Yeah. That's amateur. Remember this. And he has the same flaws that he had in the amateurs also. You know what I mean? He got it, he have it now. You know what I mean? And not only that though, look at the flaws, he just lost. That's the flaws right there. You know, man, everybody got flaws. Nobody's great. in this division where they don't have no flaws. Everybody has flaws. Then it all depends on who you're fighting too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't understand what he's saying about that. Remember, tell him this. That's the amateurs, man. You know what I mean? That's the amateurs. You know what I mean? He see flaws. Everybody see flaws. I see flaws in him, and a lot of other fighters too. You know what I mean? There's no perfect fighter that don't have no flaws.
Well said.
Yeah.
What? Just last question for you, Bozy. Any thoughts on this Tank Lamar fight? Do you think Lamar's not getting enough credit? Because people are giving Tank a lot of like flack about picking that as his opponent.
I mean, you know, I don't even like to get into that, man. I mean, Tank doing what he want to do. You know what I mean? He the one that bring the people to the arenas. You know what I mean? All that. I guess he do what he want to do. They let him do it, so you know what I mean? You know, and I guess I don't know what to say about that though. I mean, that's him. He do what he want to do. You know what I mean? You know.
Enough said.
A lot of people probably mad or jealous or whatever, but he making that money, man. So he calling the shots. They letting him call the shots.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean, him and Lamont Roach, they don't know. It might be a great fight. You know what I mean? You know, they never know.
Absolutely. No, I always say the same thing. I'll say, look, as a fan, of course you want to see certain fights, but any human being who's in a position of power wouldn't want somebody on the outside who didn't help them get to that position of power really, you know, opining on what should or shouldn't be. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah. I mean, both of them guys. You know what I mean? They're good fighters, man. You know what I mean?
No doubt. No doubt. Bozy, I know you don't like doing this, but I appreciate you doing it always. We love you on Fight Hype, and we thank you for your time.
No, same here, good brother.
Yes, sir. We see you Saturday.
Yes,
Knockout time. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Fight Hype.